Ahoy hoy, I'm Pavo.
And I'm Neil.
And welcome to That's No Moon.
It's a podcast.
Episode 33, and it's your weekly digest of all the Star Wars news that you need to know.
Yes, that you need to know.
Yeah, but it's a bit
quiet.
It's a bit quiet at the moment. It's almost, is it the calm before the storm?
Well, that's what I genuinely think, because if you think they were leading up, we've talked about it, is D23, you know, the Disney function. I think they're leading up to that. So,
and Comic-Con the week after.
And Comic-Con the week after. Have they announced they're going to be at Comic-Con?
I believe that Disney are going to be there. I don't think they've actually officially announced that The Last Jedi is going to be there, or Han Solo, or Star Wars in general, but
there's something will be there, won't there? Something will be there. So,
what's the crack on with the first
story?
Will,
which is a big happy birthday. Happy birthday to the Lord and Maker of Star Wars, George Lucas, where he was 73. 73 on the 14th of May.
It's crazy. I was going down YouTube rabbit holes a couple of days ago and came across the documentary that was on the disc for The Phantom Menace.
Right.
When it showed him taking his daughter to work and then going off to his little shed like we've got now, or nothing like we've got now, and starting work on writing episode 1.
Right.
And that was 1994.
Wow.
And I can't believe that's like 23 years ago. It doesn't feel like...
Well, it's almost 20 years ago that The Phantom Menace came out, isn't it?
It doesn't feel like it was 23 years ago.
No. But then it doesn't feel like the 90s was that long ago.
No, it doesn't. And that's really off-putting, because I feel the 90s were just around the corner, but they're...
20 years ago.
25 years ago. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
But anyway, it's nice, yes. Happy birthday,
George. We know you're watching out there.
You are. Enjoy. What do you get a man
who's got everything?
Got literally everything.
Usually something personal.
Yeah.
So it's not something you'd buy, it's something you'd make, I think.
You think so?
Yeah, something personal.
Like making sweet love.
What? Depends who's giving it him, really, isn't it?
Well, he's married, isn't he? So
yeah.
It's going to be his lovely wife.
His lovely wife. Haven't they recently had a child? It can't be that old.
Yeah, not in the last couple of years. I think it was, yeah.
So maybe she'll give him another baby for his birthday. Who knows?
Who knows?
Apart from them.
Yeah.
Right, so there had been rumours that the Han Solo movie was going to film in Southampton, and it appears that it is true, and the film crew has rocked up at the Crawley Power Station. Now, it's a venue that is used a lot in films, and it was recently in the Mission Impossible 5 movie. And if you see the pictures, which you can see a picture of it now, it's very, very visual sort of place, isn't it? It fits well with the sci-fi. So.
Now, this is in Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, isn't it? This is the scene where Tom Cruise goes underwater, isn't it? He jumps into like this big...
Well, I've not seen the full movie, but apparently... No, still not seen that.
What's wrong with you?
Well, I don't want to buy it, and it's never come up on any streaming device.
It's really good.
I believe it is.
It's really good.
I love the Mission Impossible.
Especially that scene. That scene, it's breathtaking to watch.
But what I usually do is see it, and then I was thinking, I usually see it on some streaming thing, but it's not been on anything.
Right, okay. Been on Sky.
Yeah, well, I haven't got Sky.
Oh, what's wrong with you, man?
Too much money. Too much money.
It is indeed.
But it's one of those sort of venues. I know they use it in Doctor Who a lot, and they've used it on other TV things. They were using it on... it said on the report I was reading that they've recently been using it for an FX TV programme.
Which one?
Didn't say. It just said Fox had been there filming. Okay. So that could have been one of like the Marvel things that they do, or something like that. That'd be interesting.
But again...
Or it could be that new Seth MacFarlane.
The Orville.
Yeah, it looked quite funny.
Which, again, for British... I saw the trailer for that today, and I was expecting to see a green bird with a man's hand stuck up his ass.
Right, yeah.
Because the word Orville, that's what
the connotations is
to what it means to me. I didn't find the trailer particularly funny.
It looked all right, but do you know what I wanted to watch after I saw that?
Galaxy Quest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Galaxy Quest is like the daddy of that.
Yeah,
sort of
I'm not
thing.
sure why they didn't just make a TV series of Galaxy Quest.
They could have done.
And it could have just been that.
It's just ripped off of it. So that's what it looked like to me anyway. So
then, but in going back to the Han Solo bit, it's another confirmation that the movie's going, and all the more reason that they must have some kind of footage going in D23.
I've got to, because they're at full pace now, aren't they? So they've done all that one on the Fuerteventura, haven't they? They've done all the filming on there. They're at Southampton. It's a shame we just can't nip down and try and find out.
It doesn't matter. We wouldn't get in there.
You wouldn't get near it, would you? But it'd be nice to go and see something and say, oh, we saw that.
But there you go. So it's nice to know that they're all full steam ahead.
It's nice that they're using as well. They're coming back and using a lot of England. Yeah. You know, because that's where the original Star Wars was filmed, and that, you know, the most of it. And it's just nice. And even the Phantom Menace had a lot filmed here, didn't it? Because they went out to the...
It was Leavesden. It's where the Harry Potter Warner Brothers
they went on location to the woody bit, didn't they, in the field? Where,
yes.
Which I can't think where it was now. And that was... I mean, it's just nice to know they're back here filming.
I can't remember the name of it now. It was like Burnham Beaches or something, wasn't it? I can't remember the name.
Yeah.
That's where Breen is, isn't it? Western, that
yeah, I was going to say, they didn't go to Breen.
No, they didn't go to Breen. Maybe for Tatooine. Maybe not. Anyway. Right, so we're going to do some more of Yoda's questions.
Oh!
So I've asked around to get some more questions to see if we can discuss a few different things.
Now, this is proving quite popular, I believe.
It is, yes. So we've got a few this week. Star Wars Stuff Facebook page.
Ah, nice.
Came up to us and
Hello, guys.
said, do you think Qui-Gon Jinn would have joined Dooku if he had survived and knew what Dooku told was true? So in regards to Dooku saying about the Sith and about the Chancellor and everything, do you think that Qui-Gon would have joined him?
No, it's too good.
Do you think? Well, he was a bit of a rebel, wasn't he?
He was.
He had that sort of rebellious side.
But he was on the path to whatever the chosen one and everything like that, wasn't he? So that's why he did it. I don't think he would have joined pretty much the dark side, would he?
Well, yeah, but Dooku wasn't
fully evil.
The Dooku side of him wasn't that, was it? He was part of the Separatists.
Mm.
He was Darth Tyrannus when he was the Sith.
Right.
So his public face, if you like, as Count Dooku, where he's
going into canon.
I know, but he's joining the Separatists and trying to get the Separatists to rise up against the Republic.
Right.
So do you think that
well, possibly in that
because he was
situation.
also, you've got to remember that Dooku was his master.
That's right.
So you would trust your master, maybe? I mean, it's obviously all hypothetical.
Yeah, well, then possibly knowing that now. I mean, forgive me if you're watching this and you don't know. I'm not that familiar with the canon of Star
He doesn't
Wars.
even like Star Wars, to be perfectly honest.
No, that'd be weird, wouldn't it? I like.
He's a Star Trek fan.
Oh no! Oh no! Really going on to Star Trek just quickly, which we shouldn't on here.
No, we shouldn't.
That not Edge of Darkness, Into Darkness was awful.
It was
awful.
Yeah.
But no, I'm a Star Wars movie fan. That's what I love, and I watch them and enjoy them. I don't even dissect them that much. You know, it's only when it comes to the new films, and I like to try and dissect where it's going in the trailers that gets me excited.
It's an interesting hypothetical question because
now that you've told me that.
Yeah, because when you look at the link that a master and an apprentice, or a master and a Padawan has, that it's something that is deeper than trust, you could imagine. So with the fact that not knowing that he is Darth Tyrannus, but Qui-Gon as looking at his master with respect, and his master is saying, look, this is what is happening. Yeah. You need to come with me.
Well, that sounds plausible that he would then.
As Qui-Gon, as Obi-Wan says, that, says to Qui-Gon in The Phantom Menace, you would be sitting on the council if you just sort of played by their rules as such. It's an interesting question. It's an interesting question. That's your homework now. I want a 600-page thesis.
A thesis.
Right. So,
but what did the guy? If you get back in touch with us, guys, what do you think, or did they say?
No, they didn't say.
It'd be interesting to know what they think.
Yeah, indeed. So that was Star Wars Stuff Facebook page, which obviously you can find on Facebook. We'll put the link to them in the show notes for this
Go check
video.
them out.
Next up, SUZY Almeida said, have you ever touched a metal C-3PO?
We have.
She said they are rare.
We have.
We have indeed.
We've had a photograph with one.
We have indeed.
Last year's Swindon Comic Con, which this year's still tickets are still available for this year's. We got to meet pretty much C3PO.
We literally bumped into him because as he was entering the hall, we were just leaving and
well, we were a bit celebrity there, wasn't he? Because they had a huge queue for pictures with him and all following him. And we got ushered straight in to have a picture with him and with a Wookiee behind us.
And with a Wookiee behind, yeah.
And we didn't even ask.
If I can find the picture, I will put it up so it's on the YouTube video right now, and you'll be able to see it.
That was an amazing thing. I actually felt like a celebrity there.
That was nice.
Because they did say, come on, have a photo of this guy.
Yeah, it was
like,
nice.
Wow.
But and
there literally was hundreds of people following it.
It was one of those moments in the Swindon Comic Con that everybody went, oh my God. Because in they came and in they walked. And they're amazing. They are amazing. When we went to the Swindon, we went to Star Wars Celebration last year. Was there a 3PO? We saw R2-D2.
There was plenty of R2s.
I don't think we saw a C-3PO walking around, did we?
Yes, we did.
Did we?
But they came through when we were in the main hall where the Rogue One exhibition was, and we got.
That's right.
They came through.
But we didn't get to
touch
him,
no,
did we?
Whereas touch him.
At Swindon, we literally had our arms around C-3PO.
Yeah.
So yes, Suzy, we have touched.
C-3PO sounds wrong, doesn't it?
Sounds very suspicious. Oh my!
Oh my!
We're going into Star Trek territory
that's what that was like.
But anyway, thank you, Suzy. Thank you very much for the question. And finally, Timothy McMahon from the Less Than 12 Parsecs podcast. I'm going to try and see if we can get on his podcast because I've listened to a few episodes and it's very, very good fun. And again, we'll put a link for that podcast on the show notes for this YouTube video stroke podcast.
Great work, guys.
And Timothy sent us a load of questions, so he's going to keep us going for the next couple of weeks, which is fantastic. So here's his question. This is the first one. This is one that he had actually on his show.
Right.
He said, we all know that Star Wars is big, but how much bigger can it get? Now, you can take this question any way you want to, whether it's story-wise or Star Wars as a product or concept.
Or a universe one.
Well,
that's infinite, isn't it? The universe for Star Wars could be infinite.
It can be, but they haven't done that so far, have they?
No, they've kept it quite
quite small. It's like everybody is related to everybody, and
which is why I'm hoping they will just break out of that mold soon. I'm going to go film-wise. I think the third installment of this recent trilogy, and I'm going to go just movie-wise, and take-ins and phenomenon is going to be huge. I think The Last Jedi is going to be huge, but I think the third one is just going to be...
So do you think... What do you mean, critically, or do you mean box office?
Box office. I genuinely think everybody is going
Avatar big?
Avatar big.
So you're going to make a prediction right now on episode 33, because this is going to be...
Well, it's got another 2 years.
Another 2 years, isn't it? So,
I think episode 9 is going to be huge.
Is going to beat Avatar?
I reckon it'll be on par with Avatar.
Oh,
no, come on, I'll go. No, I'll go.
Your punch a
no,
I will
there. Go. It'll be bigger than Avatar.
You're saying that it's going to take more money than Avatar at the box office.
Yeah, I could be well wrong.
Okay, well that's an
no, because
concept.
I really do. Because you think how big The Force Awakens was. Everybody was energized, and then everybody said, "Don't think The Last Jedi will quite take as much." And I'm thinking, no, I think it will take nearly as much.
I mean, that took over 2 billion at the box office. The Force Awakens.
I still think.
Do you think that
the Last Jedi will be at the 2 billion?
Do you?
Yeah, I really do. I think people are pumped. Everybody you've spoken to, I don't know whether you've been the same. Like when I've been in my day job and I've spoken to people that aren't huge movie fans, and they said, "Oh, you're a Star Wars fan. You've seen the new trailer?" And I said, "Yeah." What do you think about it? They went, "Oh, I can't wait to see that at the cinema." And they're not huge people that come to me and talk to me about cinema and films.
Okay, but don't you think that like everybody, whether you were a massive Star Wars fan or just a passing Star Wars fan, when The Force Awakens came out, everybody, like you say, was geared up for it because it had been 15 years, whatever it was, since episode 3. It had been 30 years since episode 6.
Yeah.
Whereas now we've had a Star Wars movie every year since The Force Awakens. I'm not saying that people are going, oh God, not another Star Wars film, but
I think
are they
what's
going to
gonna
be
happen-
as pumped?
I think they will, because what happens is people were a bit confused with the Rogue One, and I still think today people are a bit confused.
I completely agree.
And hence why, but they're all waiting for episode 9, especially now it's being advertised. And it is being advertised well.
Episode 8.
Episode 8, sorry.
Yeah.
It is being advertised very well, and pictures are being put around. And
So let me just confirm. So you think that episode 8 is going to make more than 2 billion?
no, I think episode 8 will not quite do what The Force Awakens
Right,
will.
but
episode 9, it's going to have a bit of the Lord of Rings.
The Lord of Rings.
Lord of Rings. Lord of the Ring. Lord of
So
Dance.
my question then after that then is, like, the Lord of the Rings Return of the King, I think
was their biggest,
but it was nominated for 11 Oscars and won 11 Oscars. Do you think that the episode 9, whatever it's going to be called, will have
the Oscars?
Well, yeah, critically as
I
well as
I don't
financially.
think it'll be an Oscar winner, because they shun away from sci-fi in Oscars, don't they?
Okay.
It's not a big. You think about it. Tell me the last Oscar winning sci-fi. We could be here a long time, because I can't remember.
Godfather. I don't know.
Exactly. So it's famously the Oscars don't like sci-fi. They don't, as in a main picture.
But then again, they don't like fantasy, and yet
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings was nominated for 11 Oscars and won 11 Oscars. I think a lot of that was to do with the fact that they hadn't won any Oscars, or only minimal Oscars for the two movies before that, and
especially
it was sort of payback.
Especially when the first movie, to me, I know we're talking Lord of the Rings, is by far the strongest movie, performance-wise and story-wise.
Yeah, and it hasn't, and 17 endings and stuff like that.
But I do genuinely think that the Last Jedi will be nearly 2 billion, or on the 2 billion mark. But I think the 9th episode will just go.
Well, I'm going to say The Last Jedi is going to be about 1.5 billion.
Right.
I think it's going to fall.
What a flop!
Fall quite short. But I think but it'll depend on how critically. It's the same as we said, and we've said before, that we knew that The Force Awakens was going to make it. It was if it was okay, it would make 1 billion. If it was fantastic and had repeat business and good word of mouth, it'd make 2 billion. And that's exactly what it did.
Yeah.
I think it's all about the word of mouth, because everybody is pumped up for it. I mean, you know, us talking and people that you're talking to that are movie fans are going to go, yeah. It's the average Joe that isn't a Star Wars fan. If you look at Loz, who is the lovely lady that comes and helps us with the Pancast movie show every Thursday on Facebook, she had never seen a Star Wars film.
No.
Yet she loved The Force Awakens.
And now she'll be there at the Last Jedi.
Yeah. So it's people like that is the reason that it made 2 billion.
And that's why I think it'll still be up there. I think people will go back. And, you know, and then episode 9, will the Han Solo film make that? I think it'll bust past 1 billion.
I think so. I think it's going to be a different kind of movie.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to be up there with the actual trilogy.
Yeah.
That's a different entity.
I don't think any of the standalone movies are going to. But again, it's a good question. It's a question that we could probably do a whole podcast on.
Yeah, because there's so many big things.
Yeah, but there you go. So thank you very much for the questions. Thank you, Timothy. And again, please check out his podcast, Less Than 12 Parsecs. And
also, let me just say to him, Tim, if you tell us what you think on that, it'd be interesting for you to tell us what you think the box office figures would be.
Yeah.
Please do comment below, and we'd like to hear from you.
Indeed.
And when you do leave a comment, anybody could come and comment and wish George Lucas a happy birthday.
Yeah.
Remember to click the like button.
Indeed.
Like.
And come and subscribe to our channel. You can do that by clicking on Boba Fett's head right here. Or if you're listening on the podcast, just click on the link that's in the show notes. And when you do come and subscribe on YouTube, then click the little bell icon, and that'll notify you every time we release a new video, be it another episode of this, be it one of our trailer reactions, and a host of the other shows that we've got on our channel.
Absolutely.
So there you go. That was episode 33.
It's flown by.
And that was painless, wasn't it?
It was good. I like the questions.
It's nice.
I enjoy the questions. Remember to bring the questions.
We'll have more questions next week, and we will see if we can just put the whole Star Wars world to rights.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there you go. Thank you very much. I'm Pavo.
And I'm Neil.
And that's No Moon for another week. I forgot what I was going to say. So may the Force be with you.
Always.